Child labor. Introduction. Causes of child labor. Forms of child labor. Impact on children. Legal and policy framework. Efforts to eradicate child labor. Challenges and obstacles. Global initiatives and collaboration. Importance of public awareness and advocacy. Conclusion. Child labor is a grave social issue that persists in many parts of the world, depriving children of their childhood, education, and basic rights. It involves the employment of children in various industries, often under hazardous and exploitative conditions. Child labor poses significant risks to children's physical and mental well-being, hindering their development and future opportunities. Child labor is primarily driven by poverty and economic pressures. In impoverished families, children may be forced to work to supplement their family's income. Additionally, lack of access to quality education in many regions further perpetuates children labor, as children are unable to attend school. Various forms of child labor exist, ranging from hazardous and exploitative work in industries like mining and construction to domestic labor and trafficking. In agricultural and factory settings, children may be subjected to long hours of work and exposure to harmful substances. The impact of child labor on children is profound. Denial of education robs them of the chance to develop their potential and escape the cycle of poverty. Physical risks associated with hazardous work can lead to injuries and long-term health problems. Moreover, child labor deprives children of their childhood, social interactions, and emotional development. Efforts to combat child labor are rooted in a legal and policy framework that includes international conventions, national legislation, and enforcement mechanisms. Governments and civil society organizations play a vital role in implementing and enforcing laws to protect children from exploitation. Eradicating child labor requires multifaceted approaches. Education and awareness campaigns are essential to inform communities about the consequences of child labor and the importance of education. Support for vulnerable families through social welfare programs and livelihood opportunities can reduce the need for children to work. Providing alternatives to child labor, such as vocational training and skills development, empowers children with opportunities for a better future. However, several challenges hinder the fight against child labor. Poverty and socio-economic factors drive families to rely on child labor for survival. Weak implementation and enforcement of laws allow exploitative practices to continue unchecked, particularly in informal labor sectors. The demand for cheap labor in global supply chains also contributes to the persistence of child labor in some industries. Global initiatives and collaboration are essential to address child labor at a broader level. International organizations and alliances work together to set standards and guidelines to combat child exploitation. Encouraging supply chain transparency and corporate responsibility helps ensure that products are not produced using child labor. Public awareness and advocacy are crucial in mobilizing support for child rights and creating a child-friendly world. Empowering communities and parents with knowledge about the harmful effects of child labor can lead to a shift in attitudes and practices. In conclusion, child labor remains a pressing social issue that deprives children of their rights and opportunities. Eradicating child labor requires a concerted effort from governments, civil society, and global communities. By addressing the root causes of child labor, raising public awareness, and enforcing protective measures, we can create a future free from child exploitation and labor, allowing all children to thrive and reach their full potential.